What does it mean to respectfully disagree? You aren't going to get along with everyone you're going to meet in this life. Even if you try, you'll find the task to be quite impossible. You need to know that it's okay to disagree with an individual as long as you know what it means to respectfully disagree. It means you disagree with respect. When you respectfully disagree with someone, it means that you don't agree with their opinion, but you still respect it and them as a person. It would help if you conveyed this to them while you're disagreeing. You can do this by acknowledging their beliefs, letting them know you don't see it their way, but that you don't want to argue, then letting the topic drop. This way, you aren't going back and forth for hours over something you'll never agree on, causing people's feelings to get hurt. Don't say things like, "no offense." First and foremost, when you're about to disagree with someone's opinion, never start with the words "no offense" or "I don't want to be rude," but these phrases almost always instantly insult the person's feelings, meaning they'll be prepared to hate what you say next, whether or not it's disrespectful to them or not. Start instead by acknowledging their opinion instead. Always treat the individual with respect. Again, even if you disagree with the individual, it doesn't mean you don't respect them. So act like it even while you're disagreeing. Don't raise your voice, remain calm, and don't hurl insults at the other person. You also shouldn't talk over them while they're speaking and take the time to listen to them while they're talking. Then process your response. This way, both of you will be able to keep your tempers in check even though you disagree. When you disagree with someone respectfully, this means the two of you have reached a point where neither of you will change your opinion, and thus you're both respectful of each other, even as you acknowledge your disagreement. It also means that you cherish the other person's opinion with respect, even if you may not agree with it in the end. Overall, respectfully disagreeing on a topic is a good way to keep an argument constructive without seeming like an attack on the other person. 3 smart ways to disagree with someone respectfully. Having disagreements is a part of everyday life, whether you disagree with your partner at home or a coworker at the office. But in either instance, you must know how to disagree with someone respectfully. This way you won't offend anyone when you argue, and you won't ruin any relationships because of it. 1. Use soft words. There are a million different ways of saying things to someone, and sometimes the words that we use make all the difference. For example, telling someone they just don't understand comes across a bit like an attack and puts the other person at fault. Instead, try saying something like, "Maybe I'm not explaining myself well enough, let me explain this way instead." See the difference here? The second sentence is much more respectful and less accusatory than the first. Watching your words during an argument can help the argument be more respectful, even if the message you're sharing is the same. 2. Listen to their views. There's nothing more annoying than arguing with someone who clearly is not listening to you and is committed to saying what they will, no matter how much you object. This type of steamrolling isn't respectful at all, so when you wish to argue with someone respectfully, ensure you're always listening to their point of view and acknowledging the parts of their opinion you agree with before starting your rebuttal. 3. Don't be dismissive. When it comes to respectful disagreement, nothing feels worse than someone dismissing you or your argument as unimportant. Therefore, if you want to argue respectfully, then you need to ensure that you aren't dismissive of the other person at any point during the argument. This means that you always let them finish what they're saying, and if they point out something in your argument, make sure you address it, even if it means admitting that you may not know the specifics of something. Disagreeing with someone respectfully isn't always an easy task, but as long as you use soft words, listen to them, and acknowledge their point of view as being important, you'll be able to disagree with someone while maintaining respect. This can come in handy both at home as well as in the workplace when you have an opposing view with someone you may need to work with on a regular basis.